Get comfortable. Get comfortable. Okay, here we go. Ambassador Bili, thank you for being a constant supporter of our organization, whether it's watching French and American fighter jets perform flyovers in Yorktown or speaking together at the U.S. Capitol. We all made it happen. It was a symbol of our friendship and our fortitude. The United States could not ask for a better man to represent France, and France could not ask for a better representative than you, for Ambassador, right here in Washington, D.C. It's an incredibly difficult job that you perform with intellect and grace, and you also taught me about rugby, so thank you. I'd like to thank Bob and Linda Kelly for giving the world Robert Kelly. You did a spectacular job with him. Thank you, Robert. Thanks for taking my calls every day. Thanks for taking my calls every hour. Thanks for taking my calls every minute. Thanks for keeping your ego in check and your eye on the prize, because your eye on the prize is always education. Thanks for always saying yes and then figuring out how to make it happen. But most of all, thanks for being my friend. What I love about our relationship is that we lift each other up. We don't always agree, but we always figure it out. And we also both love baseball, and we're trying to get the French to love that too. Our relationship started with the embassy. At the embassy, started with Consul General Francois Pengili. He believed in the American Friends of Lafayette. He listened to us. He shared our excitement. He introduced us to the ambassador. His support was incredibly valuable. But it was the next Consul General that took the American Friends of Lafayette to new heights. I would not be standing out here without the efforts of Consul General Caroline Monroe. Here we go. I've learned so much from you. You have an incredible busy job, and you perform your duties with elegance and always a smile. But most of all, you supported us. You attended countless events in your jurisdiction, which happens to be Lafayette's favorite place in America. Your speeches were magnificent. They embodied the Franco-American friendship. You put up with rubber chicken at lunches. You put up with long speeches like this one. I watched you give a speech outside of Independence Hall in the pouring rain, and you did it in a refined, well-spoken way, as you always do. Thank you for being fun, Consul General. You understand the power of humor. You understand the power of a smile. Thank you for performing your duties perfectly, all the while having a good time. I'm really going to miss you. Colonel Thibaut Thomas cannot be here tonight, but he's another big champion of ours. He is always the ally of the American Friends of Lafayette. He leaves the United States next month, and he will be very much missed. Did Marie Helene get here tonight yet? Not yet? Well, you all think the ambassador's the boss. Marie Helene's the boss. I'll have to give her a hug later. I want to thank General Morand. I wanted to thank Colonel Respondi, Colonel Lene, Maxime Milford for your incredible support of the American Friends of Lafayette. Working with you has been a pleasure and an honor. Our French partners in NATO in Norfolk have been wonderful supporters of ours, and they drove all the way up here today to be with Robert and I. Admiral Pierre Vandier, Lieutenant Colonel Nicholas Lottenberg, Lieutenant Colonel Nicholas Kutinoff, I appreciate your help. NATO's always been with us. Thank you so much, sir. Johnny Caraway. Thank you, Johnny, for rarely saying no. Your work on the National Park Service has been tremendous, and I appreciate your devotion to teaching Americans about the Franco-American Alliance. Thank you also for Chuck Schwam Day in Newport. That's July 13th, everybody. Come on up, we're going to have a great time, but I cherish our friendship. Thank you, Johnny. Speaking of Newport, that's where I first met Thierry Chenu. That is where I started studying Thierry. I learned so much from you, my friend. Whether it's addressing a room or working a room, you portray a certain sophistication that I will never achieve. Thanks for all you do for Souvenir Francais. Your work is flawless. You are an incredible partner and a better friend. Thank you, sir. Did Mark Schneider make it?
Not yet.
Oh, that's sad, because that makes my speech shorter then. All right, number 3. Kat Smith, my sister from another mister. Hi, Kat. One of the most important things I've ever done for the AFL was hiring you, Kat. You've elevated us into a global force. You've made the AFL relevant all over the world. You've even made my face recognized everywhere, which I kind of like. That's Thank you also for taking my calls every day. Thank you for supporting me when I'm overwhelmed. Thank you for being a very special person in my life. I love you. Many of you might not realize that I have a paying job as well. Oh yeah, and it's a very difficult job, and I'm a leader in my industry. But consequently, I want to give my sincerest, heartfelt appreciation to the owner and founder of my company, David Guernsey, and his wife, Diane Guernsey. Over the past 35 years, sir, you've mentored me into the man that I am today. You are always the smartest person in any room that I'm in. I appreciate the encouragement that you've always given me. Thank you, David and Diane, for helping me succeed both as a professional and as a volunteer. Thank you so much. With us tonight is Gordon Thrall, but Gordon is much more than a work friend. He attends AFL events, simply not just to support me, but Gordon really enjoys the programming. He loves history, but he also enjoys baseball, and that makes Gordon a perfect friend for me. Thank you, Gordon. Thank you, Sydney. Where are you? Thank you. Thank you so much. So when I was writing the speech, I realized there's two couples in this room that I've married. Believe it or not, that's right, I've officiated 2 weddings, and both of those couples are in this room. First are Rachel and Andrew King. Where are you guys? Thank you. Thank you very much for being here today. You were so excited to be here. I really appreciate your heartfelt wanting to be with me today. Thank you, Rachel, for hosting me in the classroom, teaching your children about Lafayette. Andrew, thanks for dragging me to the French Open because I got to see some Lafayette stuff. That was awesome. You guys are so amazing. You inspire me. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I married Ed and Carrie Fritz and their wonderful daughter McKinley by their side. You fought to be here tonight as well. You insisted. I'm flattered by your insistence and truly appreciate the effort that you put forth here. You are not here for Lafayette. You're not here for the Frank American Alliance. You're here for me. Yeah. To the end, I promise. I'm honored to say that I have 4 nieces here tonight, the aforementioned McKinleys. Wave, McKinley. Thank you. My niece Marissa Hurd is here also. She has attended AFL events, but more importantly, Marissa has volunteered for the American Friends of Lafayette. Thank you so much, Marissa. Where are you? Thank you. Marin is here with us tonight. I'm very happy to know that Marin's double major at Chatham University is poli-sci and history. Finally, a family member that gets it. Thank you, Marin. My fourth niece in attendance tonight is Alexis Schwam. I was lucky enough to spend time with Alexa in Paris. We dragged her to Picpus Cemetery. There you go. Hi, Alexa. She never complained. We saw a lot of Lafayette stuff. I think you're becoming a Lafayetteist. I do. So thank you for being here, Alexa. It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. No friends of mine have attended more events than Jennifer and Joe Cool. My next door neighbor and dear friends have endured countless of Lafayette speeches and parades. They've supported me all over the country. They also make sure I'm not in front of my computer all the time, and they drive me to the local watering hole just for fun once in a while. Thank you for that. And thank you, Joe, for doing all the graphic work, all our logos, everything about the AFL, Joe has done. Thank you so much, Joe. I want to thank my longtime friends Barbara and Bill Cassidy for traveling all the way from New Hampshire to be here tonight. Not only do they attend the AFL events, but they have organized them in a spectacular fashion. You also insisted on being here. I'm so grateful you did. Sharing this day with me is important to me. Thank you so much, Billy and Barbara. My sister Karen and her husband Dan not only supported me, but they have supported the American Friends of Lafayette as well. Thank you. Not only by attending events, but by making considerable donations to the American Friends of Lafayette. Your generosity of time and money is greatly appreciated. But most of all, thank you for being the very best sister and brother-in-law anybody could ask for. Thank you so much. My son Matthew is here. I'm very proud of you, Matt. You're a self-made scholar of history that knows many more than my peers. Thank you for your shared interest in history and all you've taught me about the past. Thank you for everything, Matthew. Where are you? So if you know me, there are a few things that I've always wanted. Certainly a World Series for the Phillies. I want them to win a championship. A White House event in 2024 would have been nice. The thing I really, really wanted was to be a grandfather. And 11 months ago, my daughter Katie and her husband Jimmy made my dream come true. Zoe Noel was born June 11th, 2025, almost 11 months ago today. She is officially the youngest member of the American Friends of Lafayette. Yay! 12 hours old. I'm so excited to be a grandfather. It's even more fun than I thought. Thank you, Katie and Jimmy, for coming all this way. Thank you for the Lafayette work you did in Kentucky. But most of all, thank you for making my dream come true. Thank you for Zoe. My life is now complete. Mom and Dad, everything I am today is because of you. I'm not sure about my brother and sister, but boy, you did a great job with me. I know that Lafayette's really not your thing, so thank goodness you love baseball. So despite it all, you've been to the flag-changing ceremony in Pittsburgh with me, bicentennial event at the U.S. Capitol with me, and many other events in Philadelphia. Thanks for being there. Thanks for encouraging me. I love you so much. Thank you. More paragraphs. I want to thank Alan Hoffman for his trust and leadership. This honor being bestowed upon me today is not just for me. It's for the American Friends of Lafayette. The French government is acknowledging what thousands of volunteers have done around the world. I was simply the point man. Thank you, the American Friends of Lafayette, for allowing me to lead such a dynamic organization. Our combination of having fun while educating the public is very special. We are simply the best. Lafayette is not my first French hero. When I was a kid, I was fascinated by Jacques Cousteau and the crew of the Calypso. I read every book, I saw every film, I became a scuba diver and wanted to become an oceanographer. My first semester in college was marine biology, and then I realized biology is really, really hard. But I continued diving, I still love the ocean, all inspired by Jacques Cousteau. Imagine how honored I felt when I found out that Jacques Cousteau received this very award in 1985. I will now be on the same Wikipedia page. Thank you, Ambassador. Thank you, Consul General. This is not I promise this is the beginning. This is not the end. Sorry, Bonnie. Speaking of Bonnie, I must have missed that paragraph. So I stand here as the luckiest man in the world. After several tries, I have finally married well. Frankly, I married up. I'm lucky enough to be married to the person that I admire most in this world, and that is Bonnie Fritz. Bonnie, thank you for pretending to love Lafayette. Thank you for being a force behind the scenes. Thank you for supporting me, encouraging me, and sometimes helping me face hard times. But most of all, thanks for putting up with me, because I know I'm a lot. This is the beginning, not the end. Under my leadership with Robert, the American Friends of Lafayette will continue to educate the world about Lafayette and the Franco-American friendship for many, many years to come. Thank you.